For 20 years he was the quiet voice that didn't make a sound. Norm Abram did more than just build furniture. Over 21 seasons and almost 300 shows of the new Yankee workshop, he earned people's trust. Norm was a familiar figure in American homes thanks to his plaid shirt, steady hands, and soft voice. But something was slowly falling apart behind the calm workshop doors. Even though Norm created 235 projects and helped millions of people through TV, he was dealing with something very personal. There were rumors that he had lost weight, and people noticed that he looked different. Then, after 40 years on TV, Norm just quit, with no big goodbye or comeback. Witty GBH and This Old House gave him lifetime honors, but they never talked about what really happened. Where did America's most beloved carpenter go so quickly? What was the sad truth behind his quiet death? Let's go back to 1989. Woodworking fans all over the country watch PBS, excited to see what they will see this time. They see a man named Norm Abrams walk into a small workshop that is neatly organized with power tools and a big sliding barn door. But wait, who is Norm Abram? And how did he get to be the host of one of America's favorite woodworking shows? To answer that, we need to go back even further, to October 3, 1949. That's when Norm was born in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. As a child in Milford, Massachusetts, he doesn't spend his days playing baseball or riding bikes like other kids his age. Instead, Norm follows his carpenter dad around everywhere he goes. At age 9, Norm is already helping to put down hardwood floors. That's right, most kids his age are just learning how to tie their shoes, but Norm is already using hammers and saws. By high school, Norm spends his summers working on construction sites with his dad. In the beginning, Norm thinks that going to college is a good idea. He tries to study mechanical engineering at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, but the theory-based classes get boring fast. He wants to do something he can build himself. He then tries business administration, but that doesn't work either. Because he loves real, hands-on work, he drops out of college just before graduating, ready to start his own path. Fast forward to 1976. Norm Abrams starts his own business called Integrated Structures, Inc. His first big project is building a general store on Nantucket, and it's a huge success. Soon, Norm is in charge of big construction sites all over New England. People admire and respect him for his skills, and he's young. But life has another surprise in store for him. In 1979, TV producer Russell Morash hires Norm to build a small workshop in his backyard. Morash isn't your average client. He's in charge of popular TV shows like Julia Child's cooking show, The French Chef. Russell notices how neat and careful Norm is with his work, and quickly decides that Norm has something unique that people would love to see. Soon after, Russell asks Norm to join his new home renovation show, This Old House, where he starts showing people how to fix up and improve their homes on a regular basis. The American people fall in love with him, and Norm becomes their favorite handyman. They trust his calm voice, clear instructions, and useful advice. Let's go back to 1989. After 10 years in This Old House, Russell decides that Norm deserves his own show, and the Yankee workshop is born. It's not like This Old House because it's all about woodworking projects. In each episode, Norm shows viewers how to build chairs, cabinets, tables, and even outdoor structures like gazios and garden sheds. They can't get enough of it. Norm makes woodworking easy, he never rushes, and he explains each step clearly so anyone watching at home can follow along. At the start of each episode, he visits historic sites to show viewers where his woodworking ideas come from. He then goes back to his shop and starts working, carefully showing every step. The workshop quickly becomes famous. It looks like a cozy barn, but behind that big sliding door is a fully equipped woodworking studio. Everything in the shop is in its proper place: saws, sanders, routers, drills, and even a finishing room hidden away in a corner. The famous west wall has the back bench where Norm works on smaller projects and details. The south wall has the miter saw bench, storage units, and a radial arm saw, as well as a hidden corner with a computer and office space that viewers never see. On the east wall, stairs lead up to a loft with a lot of specialized jigs and sanding tools. A strong dust collector keeps the air clean. On the north wall there are bandsaws, jointers, planers, and clamps all neatly arranged. In the middle is Norm's trusted table saw, which is the heart of every project he works on. Every week Norm does more than just build furniture. He also builds relationships with viewers and earns their trust. By the time the 21st season of the new Yankee workshop starts, Norm will have finished about 235 different woodworking projects. Fans watch every week, eager to see what he'll build next. Some viewers never even try woodworking themselves. They just like seeing how skilled and calm Norm is. But as the show goes on year after year, no one knows that something sad is going on behind the scenes that will soon change everything they think they know about Norm Abram. For viewers, Norm is always steady and calm. When the cameras stop rolling, what's really going on? You see Norm finishing up projects while smiling and showing off another beautiful piece of furniture. But behind that friendly smile, things are getting tough. You see him finish famous projects like the beautiful cherry bathroom vanity in 1995 or the cozy mission-style sofa in 1990. The 623. You love how comfortable it is to know that every show starts and ends the same way, every time. At the end of each show, Norm carefully puts away his tools, moves furniture out of the way, locks the door to his workshop, and goes home to eat dinner with his family. It seems wonderful, but it's not really that way. Norm shoots non-stop from season to season, making at least 235 movies from 1989 to 2009. You might think it would be easy to work in a woodshop every day, but keep in mind that all of these jobs need a lot of planning. Before the cameras even start rolling, Norm and his team carefully pick each design, find the right materials, and write up clear directions. These aren't easy jobs either. Every show calls for perfection. The projects get bigger and bigger every year. In the beginning, Norm works on smaller things like bedside tables and blanket chests. By the middle of the 1990s, he's working on bigger and bigger things, like gazettes that take 2 episodes to finish, boats that he builds from scratch, and even whole garden sheds. By season 10, in 1998, the projects are specialized masterpieces like the detailed roll-top desk, which takes 2 episodes to get right. While you enjoy the show, Norm has to plan more, deal with more stress, and spend more time away from his family on each project. He does this while looking calm and in control, and the pace never slows down for him. Fans of the show keep coming back, so the network wants to air more episodes every year. By season 20 in 2008, they're doing something they've never done before, a huge kitchen remodel right in producer Russell Morash's home. It's split into 9 episodes that focus on building and installing cabinets. Episode by episode, you see a beautiful kitchen come together, but you don't see how hard it is on the crew. Each episode requires exact measurements, careful cuts, and perfect finishes. Even something as simple as building kitchen cabinets needs careful attention to detail. Mistakes are not an option. Norm films for hours on end, often doing the same thing over and over to get the perfect shot. But viewers never see him sweat. He looks calm and focused, but as the demands rise, so do Norm's personal problems. He was born in 1949, which means that by the time the show's final season airs in 2009, he will be 60 years old. At 60 years old, he spends days standing on hard concrete floors, bending over workbenches, and using heavy power tools. He has been doing this non-stop since he was 20 years old, and it's hard on his body. You don't see the aches, pains, and stiffness that happen behind the scenes. You don't see him resting his sore back or massaging his sore wrists after hours of sanding. Off camera, Norm's woodworking isn't just a hobby, it's real work. Then there's the emotional side. He loves woodworking, but after 20 years of filming, his hobby has slowly turned into his job. Everyone looks forward to each new episode week after week, year after year. But for Norm, each new project means more stress, more time away from his family, and more responsibility. That's why on October 16, 2009, WGBH Boston made a shocking announcement: there will be no more episodes of the new Yankee Workshop. The popular woodworking show ends quietly after 21 great seasons. Fans are shocked. How can such a popular show end so quickly? At first it seems like money might be the problem, but Norm later explains that it wasn't. The show was fully funded by sponsors and could have gone on for years. But Norm himself decides it's time. He feels like he's reached all of his goals, and most of all, he wants to finally spend quality time with his family. No more filming endlessly, and being asked to start new woodworking projects all the time. After 21 years, Abram steps away from the spotlight. Fans are upset. It dawns on you that Norm is more than just a woodworker. He's become your friend and has been there for you every weekend for 21 years, helping you with hard projects or just hanging out. The sudden quiet cancellation hits hard because viewers weren't ready for it. They took Norm's calm presence for granted and never thought the show could end, but it does. After the last new project, The Tap Table in 2008, season 21 the following year, is made up of reruns from seasons 9 and 10, with Norm introducing them briefly. There are no new woodworking projects, just repeats of old favorites. Then there is silence as the workshop shuts down. There are no announcements or a big goodbye episode, just Norm walking out of the workshop one last time. There is an unexpected event years after the show ends in 2009. Fans could still stream episodes through This Old House Insider until September 5, 2022. After that, even those disappeared because of changes in licensing. It looked like Norm's woodworking legacy might be lost forever. Then on January 13, 2023, producer Russell Morash showed up on a new YouTube video with some shocking news. There are new episodes of the new Yankee workshop, and everyone can watch them online for free. Norm's projects find a new audience, which gets younger viewers excited who missed the first season. When Norm shuts the workshop door for good, you might think he's taking a break from woodworking, but Abram isn't the type to slow down. He's no longer under the constant stress of filming, but Norm has a lot more he wants to do. He doesn't rest, he starts new projects you wouldn't expect. In 2001, Norm gives an important speech at the North Bennett Street School in Boston. This school is known for teaching woodworking and craftsmanship, and Norm shows students how to become carpenters like he did when he was young. Norm also cares a lot about teaching the next generation. He supports the Generation Next apprenticeship program, which helps young people learn building trades and keeps traditional carpentry alive. But his influence goes even further. He is on the board of trustees at Old Sturbridge Village in Massachusetts, a museum that shows people how people lived hundreds of years ago. Norm loves history, and being a part of this village helps him keep skills and traditions alive from the past. In fact, Norm won the Ken Burns Lifetime Achievement Award in 2018 for his dedication to preserving history. This award recognizes people who make important contributions to the arts and historical preservation. Talking about awards, Norm gets a lot of them over the course of his career. On April 23, 2009, the American Academy of Ophthalmology gives him their EyeSmart Distinguished Service Award for his lifelong work promoting safety. Remember how Norm always makes everyone wear safety glasses at the start of every show. His focus on eye safety keeps people from getting hurt, and people take it seriously, because Norm does. Another great honor, on June 18, 2022, at the 49th Annual Daytime Emmy Awards, Norm and the whole cast of This Old House will receive a Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. This is amazing. Over the years the show has been nominated for 117 Emmys, and won 20 of them. Norm has been in more than 1,000 episodes of the show, remodeling more than 50 homes and becoming a household name in the process. But here's something else surprising about Norm. He doesn't just do woodworking and remodeling homes. Norm shows up in strange places. For example, in the weird cartoon Freakazoids episode Normadas, the bad guy kidnaps him to make a special wooden weapon. Norm has also been in 2 kid-friendly shows, Between the Lions and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. He also stars in a funny Foot Locker ad called House of Hoops, which shows he's comfortable in front of a camera. For another fun appearance, Norm helps build a lemonade stand on an episode of the PBS kids game show Fetch with Ruff Ruffman. He also has a guest spot on the popular baking show Ace of Cakes in 2010, which shows he's not afraid to try new things. Norm is known for his calm, friendly style everywhere he goes. His plaid shirts are so well known that he's almost never seen without one. Fans recognize those shirts right away, and even comedy shows like Home Improvement make fun of Norm's style. Norm Abram is the inspiration for the character Al Borland, who wears plaid shirts. But what's Norm like when he's not on camera? He and his talented wife Elise live in a beautiful timber-framed colonial house in Carlisle, Massachusetts, which Norm builds himself. Norm even wrote a book about it called Norm Abram's New House, which talks about his design choices and the building process. Later he buys another house near the coast in Rhode Island, with plans to build a new woodworking shop there. He even thinks about learning how to build ships, which would be a whole new kind of woodworking adventure. Norm loves being active and trying new things. He and Elise like to cook, go to art galleries, boat, kayak, fish and cook. Norm Abram is still busy and happy with things he loves, even though he isn't working on his famous TV shows. He also writes 8 books about carpentry, including Measure Twice, Cut Once, mostly Shaker from the New Yankee Workshop, and even the New Yankee Workshop, Kid Stuff for Kids. These books help fans and strangers learn from his years of experience. He is also on the editorial board of This Old House magazine, and writes a popular column called Norm's Notebook, where he shares useful woodworking tips with readers every month. But all good things must come to an end, and after an amazing 43 years as master carpenter on This Old House, Norm will be retiring in May 2022. Fans are emotional because Norm Abram is more than just a TV star. He's been a part of people's lives for decades. On October 3, 2022, PBS will honor Norm's career with a special show called The House That Norm Built. Friends, co-workers and celebrities will share stories, clips and memories honoring all that Norm did. People start to talk about Norm's health when they see him lose weight, but Norm never says in public that he's sick. Instead, he quietly retires and spends his time with his family, hobbies, and a slower pace. Norm Abram's story seems to be over now, but he's always been full of surprises.